The question of why we are here is a deeply philosophical one that has been debated by scholars and thinkers for centuries. Let's try to understand where it all started. How did we come to exist on this planet? There are several different theories that have been proposed to explain this question. Let's take a closer look of our origin before we understand whether there is reason to exist, and if there is one, we will discover here together. First, there is the theory of evolution. This is the most widely accepted scientific explanation for the origin of humans. It posits that humans, like all other living organisms, evolved over time through a process of natural selection. The theory states that over millions of years, certain genetic variations that gave individuals an advantage in their environment were passed on to their offspring. Over time, these advantageous traits accumulated and led to the development of new species, including modern humans. Another theory is creationism, which holds that the universe and everything in it, including humans, were created by a divine being or God. This theory is often based on religious beliefs and holds that the universe and all life were created in a relatively short period, as described in religious texts. Another theory is the theory of intelligent design, which posits that certain features of the universe and living things are best explained by an intelligent cause, rather than an undirected process such as natural selection. Proponents of this theory argue that the complexity and intricacy of the human body and mind point to the existence of a designer. Finally, there is the theory of panspermia. Have you ever heard about it? Me neither. Anyway, it suggests that life on Earth may have originated from microorganisms that were brought to Earth by comets or meteorites. This theory states that life could have originated elsewhere in the universe and then spread to other planets, including Earth. So, as you can see, there are several different theories that have been proposed to explain our origin. Which one do you believe in? Let's know in the comment section. If we consider the idea that our existence is the result of intelligent design, we must ask ourselves, who or what is the designer? And what is the purpose or intention behind this design? If we consider the idea that we randomly evolved, shaped by the forces of nature and the laws of probability, we must ask ourselves, was all this accidental? And if not, then what is the reason behind this process? If you are watching this video, it means you are still here, but for a while. Yes, not that long. You might be thinking, you are only one man out of billions of people, and one species out of hundreds of millions of species in the vast expanse of the multiverse. Considering the scale of the universe and our place within it, are we that significant to have a reason? And why should we have one? Universe and us, which one needs other the most? If you argue universe needs us the most, does that mean if you were not born, universe would have ceased to exist? And if we need the universe more, then why are we here? Are we here to know why we are here and die? Or you might argue, we are here to love unconditionally, we are here to expand our consciousness, we are here because we're lucky beings, we are here to save the earth, we are here to eat, survive, reproduce, and die. Considering we're not here forever, but for a tiny fraction of time. You might wonder, why should we have a reason to be here? Let's see what religion, philosophy, mathematics, and science try to say why we are here. For some religions, we are here to fulfill religious duties and to ultimately achieve salvation or enlightenment. For example, in Christianity, it is believed that the purpose of life is to love and serve God, and to follow Jesus' teachings. Similarly, in Buddhism, the ultimate goal is to achieve nirvana, a state of enlightenment and liberation from suffering. Other religions believe that life is a test, a temporary journey that will be judged in the afterlife. In Islam, it is believed that every person will be judged by God based on their actions in this life, and will be rewarded or punished accordingly. Some religions, like Hinduism, believe that life is a cycle of rebirth, and that we are here to learn important lessons and work towards spiritual growth. No matter what religion you believe in, the idea that we are here for a higher purpose is a common thread. Some philosophers argue that we are here to seek happiness and fulfillment. Aristotle believed that by living a virtuous life and using our reason, we can achieve this state of being. Others, like Nietzsche, believe that life is a constant struggle, and that it is through this struggle that we can find meaning and purpose. The Stoics, like Epictetus, believe that life is inherently difficult, and that we should focus on accepting and understanding it rather than trying to change it. They believe that by accepting and understanding the world as it is, we can find peace and contentment. Others argue that life has no inherent meaning, and that we must create our own reasons to be here. Existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre believe that life is ultimately meaningless, but that we have the freedom to create our own meaning through our actions and choices. Science has allowed us to unlock the secrets of the universe, from the tiniest subatomic particles to the vast expanse of the cosmos. And through the study of science, we have come to understand that we are here because of the laws of physics and chemistry that govern the universe. We know that the universe began with the Big Bang, a massive explosion that set the stage for the formation of stars, galaxies, and ultimately, planets like Earth. And on our planet, the conditions were just right for life to emerge and evolve. But it's not just the laws of physics and chemistry that have brought us here. It's also the laws of evolution, natural selection and genetic variation that have shaped the diversity of life on Earth. So, what does science have to say why we are here? We are here to use our intelligence and scientific understanding to explore, understand, and appreciate the world around us. Mathematics is the language of the universe. It's the language that the stars and galaxies use to communicate with each other. It's the language that the laws of physics use to govern the behavior of matter and energy. And, as it turns out, it's also the language that we use to understand our place in the cosmos. When we look at the universe, we see patterns and regularities everywhere. From the orbits of planets to the distribution of galaxies, there's a sense of order and predictability. And when we start to examine these patterns, we realize that they can be explained by mathematical laws. So, what does mathematics say on why we are here? It says that we are here to use our intelligence and mathematical understanding to explore, understand, and appreciate the world around us. I conclude by saying that we are not just to exist, but to make a difference in the world and leave our mark. We all have the ability to make a positive impact, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem. So, I encourage you to start the journey of discovering your why now. If you found this video informative, please like, share and subscribe, and let's continue this journey together in understanding ourselves and life. Thank you for watching.